what's up? How's it going? My name is Freed, and this is Freed's First Time Whiskey Reviews, and today we are checking out the TOMATIN CASK Strength. But first, if you're a fan of whiskey, and you're a fan of music, then you just might be a fan of this channel. Because I put a song pairing on every whiskey that I review, so if that sounds like something you would continue to watch in the future, I would really appreciate it if you gave me a thumbs up or subscribed. I'm sitting at 391 at the recording of this video, and my goal was 500 by year's end, and I feel confident. I think we can do it. All right, the TOMATIN Cask Strength, 57.5% ABV. It was matured in first fill bourbon and first fill Oloroso sherry barrels, completely naturally presented, which is awesome because the basic core line of TOMATIN is filtered and colored all to hell, so that's nice to get something naturally presented like this. And it's from a Highland distillery that boasts the softer side of the Highlands. And if you've tried any of their other stuff, that ranged pretty true. Like, I've only really been through the 12-year-old and the Legacy, and both of them are satisfactory, I guess is the best way to describe them. They were nothing mind-blowing, but they were nothing to throw away. I really just thought they were good. Just solid. There were basic flavors done really well. But there was, again, nothing that put them above anything else. And the price reflects that as well. And speaking of price, I paid, I believe, let me check my notes, I paid, I think, $60 for this. And I believe it's similar to that in the States. Let me check. Yeah, something like that. And what I kept thinking about when I was doing my notes on this one is how this could compare to another very famous non-age stated sherry-influenced cask strength whiskey, and that's the Glenfarclas 105, which I hear in the States is you gotta cut off a pinky toe to get a bottle of that stuff. I hear it's like $110. That's bananas. Here in China, you're gonna hate me for this, I swear. Here in China, I paid $44.
I will smash your face into a car windshield and then take your mother, Dorothy Mantooth, out for a nice seafood dinner and never call her again.
For a liter bottle of the 105. I'm not joking. I am not joking. I have 3 stacked up over there because they're so cheap. I'm just like, buy. $44. Don't ask me why. And I'm not going to ask either because I don't want that to ever go away. So, right on. So, but as far as comparing the flavor profiles of those two, I do think the 105 has a little bit of a depth edge, and it's a little bit more sherried than this one is. Although, for half the price, I think I would go with this one, to be completely frank with you. But before we continue, I'm going to go ahead and give you my score for this and my musical pairing for this. So if you have it, you can pour it, cue that track and play it while you're listening to me ramble, and you can see whether or not that this song applies. So my score for this is 39.5 out of 50. 5 points for the color, and if it's natural color like this, I give it full marks. 15 points for the nose, 15 points for the palate, and finally 15 points for the finish. And I'll give that breakdown further on down the trail later. But 39.5. If you're staying in the liquor store, waiting and wondering whether you should buy this or not, yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, it's worth it, in my opinion. Cool, but the song is Hazy Shade of Winter by... Is it going to be Simon and Garfunkel, or is it going to be the Bangles? It's going to be the Bangles. I know. Always go with the original. That's the rule of thumb, right? But I need that edge. I need that guitar riff, which is there in the 1966 version, but I need that more rocky vibe. Both are great, but in this specific situation, Hazy Shade of Winter by the Bangles, 1987. Moving on. I'm going to put this in a glass. Sorry, I get so excited. Yeah, go ahead and cue that track. You can find it anywhere. Actually, you can find it in the description below. I always put a link to the songs I paired to the whiskeys down there below, and I'll talk about it more. later, although I think I'm just going to repeat myself. Anyways. Alright, let's get a load of this stuff on the old whiff. Oh, first, it is naturally presented, as I mentioned before, so this color, I'd say it's a pretty vibrant gold. It's just quite nice, crisp, and it almost shines. It's nice. Alright, sorry, on the whip. Kind of like a fruity, fudgy Tootsie Roll that's kind of been dredged through cedar wood chips. Like a gummy worm, but more specifically, and I don't know if we really get many of these in the States, but I was gifted these a little while ago. Wine gums. Wine gums is what I'm talking about. Not a popular snack in the States. It's like a gummy that has the consistency of those jujubes, but they're all like winey, boozy flavor. They're really awesome. If you can find them, grab them. And on the whiff, on the smell, I'm getting it. I love it. Oh, apple pie, kind of like a pastry type good with orchard fruits. Oh, and it's all kind of wrapped in a jacket of like a bourbony oak from the bourbon barrel. It's actually kind of cool. The nose is spectacular, in my opinion, on this. And as I've mentioned in many videos before, I'm a very olfactory-centric man. So I can spend hours in a nose. And in full disclosure, the nose is what received the largest amount of points for this whiskey. It's consistent. I mean, you've had whiskeys before where you keep going back to it and you're just getting new things every time. It's very shifty and hard to put your finger on, which is awesome, actually. I love that because it keeps me just guessing. But this one, it's the same every time you go back. But it's really nice. I'm happy that it's the same every time I go back because it works. And I really enjoy the smells. Right on. Well, I won't waste your time anymore. I'm going to go straight into the palate gambé. It's rich, it's velvety, the mouthfeel is great. It's a little more bourbon forward than it is sherry forward. The nose was just more sherried, a lot more sherry, but then you take a sip of it and then the bourbon says, you know, okay, I'm going to take over now.
I believe I might be of service.
And it's quite nice, actually. The vanilla custard. Like a boozy orange and like a creamy raspberry hard candy. Have you seen those things? It's nice. Huh? Well, this is a pretty horrible moment, but what's my favorite car name? I don't know, I guess I haven't thought about it. I don't know, the Wrangler's pretty cool. What's yours? Dude, that's not even a name. Kia gonorrhea. It's not real. God, dude's got terrible timing. The Ford Clitoris is not a real car! Wait, oh yeah, you saw it in NAM. You fucking asshole. There is a bit of a burnt caramel vibe at the end of that as well, and that does carry over to the finish. And the finish, I would say, is about medium. It might just tiptoe over the line to medium long, and it's kind of like it's dry, very dry, and it has that kind of like the bitter part of the orange peel. I believe that's called the pith, and just oversteeped tea, and then it kind of just falls off. To just like a lingering type of, not that pleasant of a flavor. Not that pleasant of a flavor. So, again, like I said, the nose is kind of where it shines for me. And the overall scores, like I said, was 39.5 out of 50. But more specifically, note check. Color, 5 out of 5. Explain that. The nose, 13 out of 15. The palate, 11 out of 15. And the finish, 10.5 out of 15 for a grand total 39.5. And I really hope I did my math right this time, because it was embarrassing last time. Anyways, Hazy Shade of Winter by the Bangles. It's only 2 minutes and 40 seconds, 47 seconds long. So it's there and then it's gone. But it rocks you when it is there, which is pretty great. And like I said, I did compare it to the 1966 Simon & Garfunkel version, but I definitely wanted to incorporate that more rocky edge to the opening. Well, not the opening. The opening is just really awesome. It's a harmony between the singers of the Bangles, and then it goes into that really rocky 80s guitar, and that's what I liked about it. That's why I picked the 1987 version. So please check it out. Pour a glass of this, play that track, tell me what you think. And yeah, that's it for the Tomatin Cask Strength. Let me know what you think. Have you tried this? What do you think? What do you think about the Tomatin line in general? Because it's kind of just ignored. Not a lot of people give it a lot of attention, but like I said before, everything that I've had from them have been solid. And that's basically the best I can say about it all. But anyways, right on. Well, thank you for coming. Thank you for watching. If you liked it, please give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe, and right on. We'll see you on the next one.